A new season, a new network, but the same old exciting SFL action is kicking off season 24 in the Simulation Football League here on the Virtual Football Network, and we're kicking it off with a semi-final rematch. It's the Minnesota Legend taking on the champion, Mexico City Aztecs. Hello everybody, Ethan Muslin here alongside the Hall of Famer Eddie Gage. This was a great game last season. I had the pleasure of calling it. It went down to the wire in overtime. Mexico City got the win there, eventually got the title. What do you think Minnesota's going to have up their sleeve to try to stick it to the champs tonight?
SFL
What up?
24 is on its way, and I'll have a pleasure of calling it with you. As far as what's in store, who knows? I talked to both coaches prior to the game. Axel Raven told me, hey, we lost last season by 3 in overtime to the world champs. We got some things new in store for them. We've been checking some things out, and we decided to switch things up a bit, both offensively and defensively. Mexico City talking to their OC, they said they're going to keep it status quo. They're not going to change up what's broken.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. As the opening kickoff for season 24 goes deep into the end zone for the touchback. Now, Minnesota will start things off on their own 20-yard line. The man under center, Johnny Reno, one of the best quarterbacks last season. First in the league in touchdowns, fifth in yards. They have one of the best running backs last season in Colin Hart, who had over 1,000 yards last season. They're hoping to really do well with the offense again this season. They're going to start with that handoff to Colin Hart, who manages to run through the gap, gets room to run to the left side, breaks a tackle for the first down, gets more room down the left sideline, tried to spin around, and gets down to the 50. The first play from scrimmage is a 30-yard gain.
First play from a scrimmage, and if you have success with the run game, it's going to set up the passing game too for Johnny Reno. And wow, right out of the gate, these fans are starting to panic just a little bit.
That's why it was like, you have those great running backs like you saw with Colin Hart, 259 runs for 1,080 yards last season, averaged at just about 4 1/4, which isn't that great in terms of numbers, but just kept going and going and going and just managed to eke out the production. It's a 31-yard gain as Reno with the first throw. One-handed grab to the 35-yard line to Queeg Mom. Another 15-yard catch.
Yeah, here we are, Minnesota out of the gate. I mean, just keeping right up where they left off last season, just moving the ball downfield. One of the more effective passing games in the SFL, and they come out the gate red hot.
So already 2 plays, and the Legend are already deep in enemy territory. They're closing in on field goal range for Mickey Melillo. First and 10 with 3 receivers. They'll hand it off up the middle for Hart, who will get a yard on that play. Tackle there from John Fowler, who was pertinent to stopping Colin Hart from going any further on that big gain.
I thought John Fowler was the team's defensive MVP of that championship game versus Canton last season.
Definitely some adjustments here from Minnesota. They're going to put a tight end in motion. That's number 83, E.J. Minson, who was in the tight end spot, now moves out to the right. 9 yards to go here on second down. Reno to throw, has time, up the middle, right to the 20-yard line, and completed. Over to Jay Taylor for the first catch for him this season. First down as they're just inside the SFL red zone.
Look at this replay. It goes right by John Fowler's helmet. Tight window.
He's just sitting there in his zone assignment, and the ball just sailed right over his head. First down now at the 18.25-yard line. A very quick drive here for the opening bell. 2 receivers left. They're going to put a man in motion. That's Taylor, who just made that last catch, moving to the right side. They'll hand it off. Another run up the middle, and they'll credit Fowler with the tackle right at the line of scrimmage. His heart goes nowhere.
Wherever the football is so far, we can find John Fowler. He's been involved in pretty much every play thus far.
He really has. He's been able to keep his eye on just about wherever that ball is, and he's right there. 2nd and 10. Reno looks to pass. Has some time. Going for the end zone and caught! Touchdown, Minnesota! Deezer Powell's first catch of the season is a score for 6.
He's been that deep threat. When they look to throw the ball deep, they look for Deezer Powell. This time, there's a zone coverage by Mexico City, and the pass rush was absent all day to throw. That is too much time to expect these defensive backs to be able to contain these receivers.
Yeah, those are the two Hall of Famers too, Jeffrey Daggs and Max Jackson on the safety zone, and they just let Powell right in between them, and it was a perfect thread to get the score. Drive goes for 6 plays, 80 yards for the 18-yard score. Mickey Melillo to kick the extra point. It is up and through. 7:30 here in the first quarter. First drive of the season. And it's a touchdown drive for Minnesota. They now lead at 7-0, but Mexico City has yet to get the ball on offense.
Minnesota could not have started this game off any better. I mean, we talk about a raucous crowd. Mexico City just received the championship rings prior to the start of this game. The crowd is going bananas, and just like that, you can just cut the electricity with a knife. It's gotten quiet in here.
Yeah, a little bit of a humbling moment, if you will, as the return is going to go out to the 25. Penalty marker down as Jared Dumas made the run. This will be a face mask penalty, and they're going to add some yards to the end of that play, and they'll bring it out to the 30. They'll call it for an incidental face mask. Penalty there assessed to Correll Buckhalter. So they'll put it to first down, Mexico City at the 30-yard line, as we see Jordan Sipe under center here for his 5th season in an Aztec uniform. 3 receivers. Minnesota showed a little bit of a blitz. They're going to go with the handoff. And a good little run there from Ray Bentley to get 3 yards on the play.
We saw Minnesota in a preseason game show a lot of that weak zone blitz, and here they are, first play from the scrimmage defensively. They showcased it here again.
2 tight ends set for 2nd and 7 on the eye. Not seeing any movement from Minnesota. They'll leave it alone. And a run for Jacob Morrison, the other tandem of the running backs.
But
he is hurt! 1 run for Jacob Morrison, and he is down.
Jacob Morrison led the team last season with a 4.1 yards per carry yard average. That's going to be a big loss if he's not able to come back into this game.
He's able to get off under his own power, so hopefully he will be able to return. But that is just a brutal hit for Mexico City. 1 run for Morrison, and he's already out for the moment. They will bring out the secondary running back for this play. 3rd and 6, 4 receivers with 3 bunch to the right. Looks like a 4-1 dime setup for Minnesota. Throw here for Sipe, complete to the midfield stripe. Caught on that play by Jason Bartley, and a good 3rd down conversion for the Aztecs.
We spoke about a moment ago John Fowler being a defensive MVP of that championship game. Offensively, it was that man, Jason Bartley. You got to locate him. He is their deep threat whenever they get the ball downfield vertically.
Keeps the drive alive for Mexico City right at midfield, 1st and 10. 3 receivers set. They'll hand it off. Up the middle for Bentley. He'll get another 2 on that play. Let's introduce the Mexico City offense. Quarterback, Jordan Sipe. Running backs are Jacob Morrison and the Hall of Famer Ray Bentley. Hopefully we'll see Morrison later tonight. Buford Van Dam's the fullback. Wide receiver, Jason Bartley, Jonas Adobe, Noe Terrazas, and Jared Dumas. Tight end is Bill Hendry. On the line is Ovayanda, Sudlamia Osiloto. On tackle, Greg Forrest and Talatoni Supremo on guard, and on the line is Ogden Foundy as Reese makes a run close to the 1st down, and it'll be 3rd and inches.
Great production there by the 3rd string running back.
Yeah, that's Jonathan Reese doing the secondary running duties here, and Bentley is denied on the 3rd down play. Great tackle from Matthew Alvarado, and I think that will force Mexico City to punt this away.
It will, and look at this.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't mind this call here. From the 40, it's not a bad idea. See if they go for the snap. They do. Handoff to the fullback, and it's going to be enough for the 1st down. Handoff right up the middle to number 35. That's B.J. Askew, the secondary fullback, and that's a 1st down. They keep the chains moving.
Got it by that much.
Just enough. Right, yeah, just a 1-yard gain to move the sticks, and that's all they needed. Sipe to throw on first down. Oh, great breakup in coverage by number 45, Matthew Alvarado there for Minnesota, and it's an incomplete pass.
Talking to Axel Raven, he said his plan defensively against Mexico City was to try to keep these receivers in front of him and force mistakes.
That is the first mistake from either quarterback tonight. That's the first incompletion. Offset I for 2nd and 10. Nickel pack for the legend. They're going to rush 6. Little screen here for Bentley. Tried to escape the tackle, but great backup there on the play to keep it down to a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, unfortunately, the receivers were unable to contain their blocks, and otherwise that would have been a big play.
Yeah, if he was able to get that block on the secondary blocker, he was definitely gonna shake that first tackle for sure. 3rd down and 8. 4 receivers bunched to the left for 3. Sipe gonna roll to his right. Needs to get it away. Does so. Has the open man for Noe Terrazas down to the 18-yard line. First down, Mexico City.
Yeah, and Minnesota had a beat on that play. They had the left defensive end trying to break free, but just could not get off the block and make that play. First down, Mexico City.
Yeah, that was Angela Meerkat. Got away from the block, but just couldn't get there in time and ends up getting the pass away for the catch to Terrazas. 19 yards recorded on that reception. Now 1st down and 10 inside the red zone for Mexico City. They would love to answer back with a score. Sipe with a little floater. Gets it to Bill Henry, the tight end. And another 7-yard gain to move the football.
That was a dangerous offensive set there. You got every eligible receiver running short routes. And if those DBs decide to squat down, that could get dicey.
Yeah, that was a little precarious. Just having that little float up there. Anyone could have jumped and grabbed it. Gonna hand it off up the middle, and that's Buford Van Dam getting a carry. Little run to get close to the first down, and be 3rd and inches coming up.
Those fullbacks, they set so many bone-crushing blocks. It's just nice to give them a carry every now and then.
I've seen a couple of fullback runs here that before Van Dam got his, it was the backup getting the first down. Oh, but there's denied. Oh, they're going to say he crossed the line.
No, not a chance. That's going to be challenged.
And it will be challenged, and I would not have blamed them in the slightest to take a look at that. So Axel Raven throwing the challenge flag as we will take a retroactive look at this play brought to you by Retroid. Get your console and play SFL on the go at GoRetroid.com.
Not only did he not get the first down, I think he actually lost yardage.
See, that's what I thought too. I thought he lost a yard or so. So take another look. Here's the line. Remember, the line is not a fit. Oh, yeah, he's going to be short.
Well short.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was going to say, he probably lost maybe about a foot.
It's overturned.
Yeah, will be overturned. Will be 4th and inches. So likely going to see a field goal attempt from Chaz Blackwater to put Mexico City on the board. And that is exactly what they're going to do. It'll be a 26-yard attempt for Blackwater from the right hash.
Right-footed kicker, kicking from the right hash.
Good way to go, and it's on its way, and good. So points on the board for Mexico City. I'm sure they would have liked to have had 7, but it will be a 7-3 ball game with 3:04 to go in the first quarter.
Sometimes these ball games come to just that. You're moving the ball in between the 20s, but once you get into that SFL red zone, the defense tends to clap down.
Another good kick there will be kneeled out into the end zone. Yeah, and Blackwater, one of the best kickers in the league last season. 25 kicks made out of 26 for 96%. Second best in terms of field goals made for the season.
You know who made more?
Oh, I'd have to wonder.
Cliff Allen.
There you go. Yep, one of the best. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. 2 receivers set. Reno going to hand it off to Hart, which goes right up the gut and gets another 4 yards on the play.
A delayed handoff, trying to get those linebackers backpedaling, but they stayed to their gaps and remained disciplined, kept it to a 4-yard gain.
And they've been doing a lot of runs through those A's and B gaps. 2nd and 6 with Twins to the right. Reno will throw, quick pass. Oh, off the head and intercepted! on the deflection, and it's picked up by Merrick Itara.
Wow, that pass was headed to Deezer Powell, and I thought for a moment there they looked like defensive pass interference. Let's get another look at this. Kind of hard to tell from that angle.
That's giving shades of Kadarius Toney from last season when Deezer Powell just had that ball pop out of his hands and into the hands of a defender. And now it's Mexico City football inside enemy territory on the Minnesota 36. They might be going for the dagger here with 4 wide, 2 and 2 for first down. Seipel throw, no, checks it down to Bentley. Gonna run out to the right side, shakes one tackle, and 28 on 28 action there as it's a gain of 6 on the screen pass.
The Hall of Famer, he is a load to bring down. Arizona played him last season. That's one of the things I pointed out to the team, that you got to rally to the ball. You can't just depend on one guy to bring him down.
Nicholas Frossel was there on that stop. 2nd and 4, showing blitz. They're going to try and run up the middle for Buford, who gets the first down. 7-yard run right up the gut by the big guy.
A lot of fullback runs here early on for Mexico City.
Yeah, Buford Van Dam, all 5 of his seasons have been here in Mexico City. Got 1 All-Star nod. Might be looking for another if he's doing this well so far. 1st and 10 from the 25. Pitch out right for Bentley. And we'll get about 4 on the stop with the tackle from David Leathers. Let's look at that Minnesota Legend defense. On the line, Angela Meerkat, Mark Mello, Chloe Meerkat, and Max Knight. Linebackers, Matthew Alvarado, Stephen Black, Jason Clay, Stephon Forge. Corners are David Leathers, Nicholas Frossel, and Johnny Bravo. Safeties are Slyn Shady, Jubilee Marsh, and Derek Meerkat, as that run for Van Dam goes about nowhere. Back to the line of scrimmage initially as Alvarado's on the stop. 3rd and 5.
I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised to see so many fullback runs here for Mexico City, knowing that they have those 4 big offensive linemen, including Big Max Knight, 350 pounds.
Here's the throw. Watch out! There's the sack! As Mark Mello got around the lineman, and it's a loss of 5 on the sack. 4th and 10 for Mexico City.
Second time we've seen Minnesota come out here with that weak zone blitz, and it's been successful both times.
So it'll be another Chaz Blackwater field goal attempt. This one will be from 42 yards. Another one from the right hash here.
Yep.
Go 2 for 2 on the night. Bit of a low snap. It's on its way. Veering a little left. It's no good! Oh, it drew a little too much to the right, and it's no points for Mexico City.
Wow, they had it set up perfect for him, too. A right-footed kicker kicking from the right hash. That's normally money in the bank. You just wonder how much wind may be playing a factor down there on the field.
It might be, because it looked like it was going to be good and then just started going left, and you have to think, oh no, and then it missed. So no points on the drive after the turnover, so a little sigh of relief for Minnesota. They'll get the ball back at the 32. First down with 2 receivers right. Tight end set up on the right side as well. Reno on the late draw. We'll run it out up the middle for Hart to get another 2 yards.
Tackled by John Fowler again. He's come in already in midseason form.
He's already up to like 6 tackles on the night. Final seconds here of the first quarter. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2 receivers set, 2 tight ends to the left. As the clock winds down to the final seconds. Handoff for Hart as he goes to the outside. We'll get to about the 40-yard line for another 5-yard gain. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Quick start here as we open season 24, but a great one so far. Minnesota leading Mexico City 7-3. You're watching the SFL on VFN.
Not an empty seat in the house, Ethan.
Oh, absolutely not. For the championship reveal, I would expected standing room only. 3rd down coming up for Minnesota. Reno has time. We'll throw out the deep ball. Go! And it's incomplete. Out of the hands of number 83. Let's go. Oh, man, for Minnesota. Oh, that is a rough go there for E.J. Minson. He had it, and it just got ripped out of his hands.
Gerard Brody on the pass breakup. Can't do it any better than that.
So that'll bring out Mickey Melillo. He's doing both duties for kicking. He punts this one away. Ball taken at about the 17-yard line. A little bit of a return as he stays on his feet. Well, not bad. Gets about 11 yards for Dumas and decent field position for Mexico City as they will start things off on their own 28-yard line. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome aboard. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. Mexico City starting this drive from their own 28-yard line. Open
that zone blitz again.
Yeah, they got that set up to the right side. That might be their signature here this season. Here it comes. They get it away just in time. One-handed grab by Noe Terrazas to the 44-yard line. Incredible 16-yard gain.
And right now, Mexico City is exploiting the weakness of this zone blitz. If you don't get home and get immediate pressure, there is all kind of openings, and those slants and everything else on the weak side of the field are going to be wide open every time.
Every time, absolutely. You got to get to the quarterback quick or it could spell disaster. Hand off to the right side for Bentley on first down. We'll get another 2 yards. Tackle there from Leathers. Already off to an amazing start for Bentley on the ground and sight through the air. 66 yards, 6 of 7 for the quarterback. Going to go for another one. Here's the check down is complete. And Bill Henry will get out of bounds for a yard or two and set up 3rd down and 6.
Jacob Morrison is still being evaluated right now. You hope he's okay.
Hopefully so. We'll hopefully get an update on Morrison later on tonight. But that's a rough way to go. First play that you get the ball and you're out for what could potentially be the game. Hopefully it won't be the case. 3rd and 6, and Jason Bartley going to go in motion to the left. They'll set up trips to the left side. Henry, the tight end, on the right. Sipe to throw, gets it away. Nice catch on the play by Jonas Adobe, getting catch number 1 of the season. And they get inside the 30.
Jordan Sipe showing how to expose zone defenses. They bring a man in motion, and what my coach used to call flooding the zone. It's just impossible to kill all those guys in that area. You got more than a hat on a hat. It's just impossible to do. Someone's going to get open if he has time to throw.
And if I saw that correctly, I think it was either Terrazas or Dumas who was ahead of Adobe. If he could have floated it out, that could have been a big play there too. Adobe going to the left side here. 1st and 10 from the 28. Hand off to the right side, and Bentley will get another 2 yards. He's pushing for a few more to go. 2nd down and 8.
So far in this first half, Minnesota's doing a great job defending the run. It's been a passing game that's been hurting them.
It really has been. Already 92 yards of passing for Jordan Sipe on the night. From the 2 and 2, Sipe with the quick step. Great catch to Bill Henry to the 14-yard line. Another 1st down. It looks like this will be a passing offense for this season for Mexico City.
Yeah, they went empty here, and I was surprised this play's even in the playbook. We talked about big guys like Max Knight and Mark Mello on the team. That was a one-step drop, and you're looking for an immediate opening. He did not get it. Had to hold on to the ball, and wow, talk about having confidence in your O-line. They definitely delivered on that last play.
Absolutely. 13-yard reception for Henry. They're going to pitch it out to Bentley. Gets a stiff arm. Trying to move to the outside. He'll get to the 11. Maybe credit him with about 3.5. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
There's definitely some home cooking involved. I did not think that was 4 yards.
Yeah, I think that was probably closer to about 3.5. They're just kind of rounded down for simplicity's sake here. But they are just inside the 10-yard line. Split tight ends here for 2nd down. Handoff. Oh, and not going anywhere on that play. Unfortunately, Reese couldn't get anything moving there. It'll be 3rd and 7.
So far, all indications are showing that if Mexico City is going to win this game, they're going to have to do it behind the arm of Jordan Sipe because this run defense came to play.
They really did. They're holding the running game to about 26 yards of total offense so far. 3rd and 7. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Might be going for the end zone here. Sipe to throw. Has time. Gonna move to his left. Gonna try to run it himself. Has room for the first down and slides to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, Mexico City.
Maybe it's just me, but as a coach, every time I see a quarterback running, once you get that first down, brother, slide. Do yourself a favor. Do the heart of your head coaches a favor and slide, because everything else is just an added bonus at that point. You're going to save a lot of gray hair from your head coach. Look at that, 9 of his last 10.
Eight consecutive completions so far for Jordan Sipe. 1st and goal from just outside the 3. Pitches to Bentley. Room to the outside. A stiff arm and into the end zone. Ses Puntos Aztecas.
Are you related to Cameron Irvine? I saw him because he needs some lessons from you, because he tried his Spanish interpretation and failed miserably during that championship game. That's the play I thought they were going to run on that last conversion. They failed to convert when they ran the fullback dive. This time they gave it to the Hall of Famer. He bounces it outside, and Mexico City scores their first touchdown of the day.
Yeah, I think he definitely needs to get a little Duolingo, I think. Because Blackwater will get the extra point up and through. 10 plays, 73 yards with a 3-yard touchdown run for Bentley. Makes it a 10-7 game here as we're just about halfway through the 2nd quarter. Looking to be a good matchup, and it was last time these two met. It was a 1916 overtime thriller in the semifinals. And really, every time these teams have met, it's always been a 1-score difference.
3 matchups thus far here in Minnesota's early career as a franchise, and every contest has been decided by 7 points or less.
Yeah, as we said, the semifinals won by 3. They met in season 22, where Minnesota won by 7. And then in season 21, Mexico City won that one by 6. And all of them relatively low-scoring affairs, except for the one in season 22. It was 27-20 with Minnesota coming out on top. Reno will check this down on 1st down. Hart moving her out to the outside and gets about 2 on that play.
Did you see how much attention Colin Hart drew? The moment he caught that pass, there were 4 defenders running over there to tackle him. He's 2nd all-time in rushing yards, so whenever he has the football, you can best believe all eyes are on him.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 8 coming up here as they'll hand it off. Oh, they're going to go over to Isaac Knox, getting his first carry of the ball game as Yolia is there on the tackle to make it 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that time Mexico City was caught in a blitz, which left that gap open, but they did a great job of closing it really quickly.
3rd down from the 30. 3 receivers set versus the nickel. Reno stepping back, looking to throw. Has some time, has a wide open receiver. Jay Taylor gets right up to midfield, and it's 1st down for the legend.
Credit the offensive line for Mexico City, because Johnny Reno had all day. He was back there playing any, meeny, mighty, mo, trying to figure out which receiver he was going to throw it to.
Could have stepped back there and played a little bit of minesweeper too if he wanted to. 1st and 10 now from the midfield stripe after that 20-yard gain. Reno hands it off. That's Knox doing some running work there. He'll get about 3 on the play.
Minnesota trying to establish a running game. They've been going run heavy on 1st down.
They're going to go back to the eye here for 2nd and 7. 2 receivers set to the right. Watch the blitz here for Mexico City. They'll back it off. And Hart will get back to the line. This will stop from Jeffrey Daggs. He'll bring up 3rd and 7.
Surprised to see Minnesota not go to an audible there, because every defender in the backfield was lined up about 8 yards off the ball.
Just about 3rd and 7 now. Is a little bit of adjustment here. And Reno's going to roll out left. Going to throw. Oh, nice catch on the run down to the 29-yard line for Robert Henson Jr., the fullback, getting his first bit of action tonight.
We have not seen Mexico City dial up a blitz yet tonight. Even in 3rd and long situations, they just do not bring it. They rely on these DBs to cover these receivers, and the front 4 is not getting any pressure up front.
Yeah, they're just not able to just penetrate that offense and just be able to put any pressure on Reno right now. 1st and 10 from the 18. Minnesota hoping to take the lead before half. A little bit of traffic up the middle as Hart goes nowhere on that play.
Shout out to the Minnesota offensive line. They lost some people, but they gained Carly Forge in the offseason. To shore up their offensive line, they have an offensive lineman at each position as a starter.
It's always a good thing to have a lot of contracted players on the line. Reno with this check down, and Hart's going to go down for a loss of 1 on that play. John Osiris on the stop. It'll be 3rd and long coming up.
Getting up, pumping his chest, and anytime you can tackle Colin Hart in the backfield one-on-one, you deserve to get up and pump your chest.
Slowly approaching the 2-minute warning here. 3rd and 11. Reno rolling to his right. Gonna throw it out to the right side. Incomplete. Oh, man. Minson was gonna get it, but broken up by Jared Brody. Now to be 4th down.
I thought EJ just flat out dropped that ball. Kind of hard to see from our vantage point, but it's like a clean drop to me.
So this will bring out Mickey Melillo for his first field goal attempt this season. A 46-yard attempt to tie the game. From the left hash, is it fading? No, it can't make it. It's no good.
Yeah, the
Definitely
wind,
a crosswind going on here.
Yeah, the wind's got to be playing the fact that you got 2 all-star caliber kickers out here missing field goals, 1 wide right, 1 wide left, and you just wonder, it's got to be swirling down there.
Oh, it's got to be some sort of crosswind going on, because he had the right idea of fading it into the uprights, but I think the wind just kind of took that ball and said, no, I'm taking this away. Thank you very much. So no points for Minnesota. That'll be 1st down Mexico City from their own 37. 3 receivers set, man in motion to the right side. I think that's Adobe there. Yes, it is. Quick check down here to Bentley, who starts to cut inside. Get about 7 on the play, as the clock will stop for the 2-minute warning, as Mexico City is on top with 2 minutes to go here in the first half. They lead it 10-7. You're watching the SFL on VFN.
The head coach and owner of the Houston Hyenas is in the chat saying that's why he does not like outdoor stadiums.
That's why some people like domes, some people like the wind. I personally wouldn't mind playing in snow again, but we'll see whenever that might be the case. Hand off to the right side for Bentley, and it'll be just short of the line to gain. 3rd down and 1 coming up on that outside run.
Ray Bentley, this is his 16th season, and I would swear he's lost a step, because the Ray Bentley of old would have picked up that 1st down easily, but he got dragged down from behind.
He went a little more horizontally than vertically on that run, I thought. Van Dam on the middle play, though. Gonna get the 1st down as he crosses the 50-yard line. He's kind of been the go-to 3rd and short back.
He has. They're doing a lot of fullback dives. That one was like a kind of a ISO play. Wasn't quite sure, but getting him a lot of carries here early on in this game.
It did kind of look ISO, because he started from the right and cut to the left side. It definitely looked that way. But now 1st and 10 from Minnesota's 49. Check down here to Henry, who's tackled immediately on that play by David Leathers. That'll be a timeout called.
Will Todd hates when we dial up those plays for him. He likes to go vertically downfield, and I like to have him as escape outlet in some cases.
So make up 2nd down and 6. 3 receivers set, 2 to the left on the single back. And they'll rush 5. Sipe to throw. Penalty marker down here. We might be seeing some interference. Yeah, and that is on Minnesota, so they'll put the ball right at the 40.
Yeah, it was a bang-bang play. I personally thought they should let it go. I mean, you got both the receiver and the defender both hand fighting. Let that go, ref.
They're hand fighting, but then Jubilee Marsh just gets in the way of Henry while the ball's in motion. Like, you just can't do that.
They both have a right to the football.
A little bit of contact is fine, but if you're just kind of just preventing him from even getting close to that thing, you're going to call it.
Let him play, ref.
I get you. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Adobe in motion to the right side. Sipe looks to throw. Down the middle pass. Completes it to Henry down to the 23. Be a 17-yard gain as another timeout is called.
Bill Henry on a previous play caught a 1-yard pass for a gain of about a yard. This time, he gets downfield in a skinny post and picks up 17.
Keeps that drive moving, hoping to extend their lead. It's only 3 right now. They'd love to increase it to 2 scores. Sipe to throw, right side, gets it to Henry again. Breaks the line to gain. It's a first down on an 11-yard reception. And final timeout being called by Mexico City.
David Leathers had the right idea, but unfortunately there was also the back underneath, and he was trying to figure out which one he was going to key in on, and got stuck in no man's land.
Yeah, got a little stranded there, unfortunately. From the 13-yard line, Sipe faces the blitz, gets it away in time as Bentley going to get some positive yards, and he's unopposed to the end zone. Touchdown, Mexico City!
Noah Terrazas, I don't know if we're going to look at this on a replay from him, but watch this block. He cleans out the defender and allows the running back, Ray Bay. Look at that. Bam! Gets him right out of there.
Right there, and there was nothing but sweet, sweet cess. And he got the touchdown, and it's now a 2-score lead for Mexico City and the extra point pending.
I don't know if coaches give out stickers in the pros like they do in college, but Noah Terrazas should get a sticker for that one.
Oh, you're going to get some stickers. Extra point is good for Blackwater. It's now a 17-7 game with 46 seconds to go here in the first half. Minnesota will have a chance to hopefully narrow that lead down to possibly 1 score. See if they can get downfield enough. Yeah, all 3 timeouts, plenty of time to do it. Yeah, it looks like the wind might be killing the ball distance a little bit here as the return is going down the left side. Penalty marker on the play, so we might get additional yardage on the return.
It will be just how. Oh, it's personal.
Oh, and it's a flagrant one. Well, so they're going to add 15 yards to it. That's going to put it right at midfield.
Wow.
And that penalty assessed to number 29 of Mexico City. That's Donnie Abraham.
Terrible timing for that to happen. With only 41 seconds left in this first half.
Yeah, flagrant face mask is going to put it right to midfield. Lots of great field position here for Minnesota to try to get some points. Reno, deep ball down the middle, incomplete. France was the intended target there. Looks like it was broken up by Brody along with another Aztec.
That's Brody's second pass breakup of this first half.
This does stop the clock with 37 seconds left, though. They still have all 3 timeouts, so plenty of time to get down the field. 2nd and 10. Reno to throw. Going down the middle. Oh, and another breakup by Jeffrey Daggs, as Taylor was the intended target there. He had it in his hands, and Daggs just blew it up.
I was just about to congratulate Johnny Reno for fitting that ball in there. It was right over, I believe there was a linebacker's head. Outstretched arms trying to get that play, but Jeffrey Daggs said, "Sir, not on my watch."
No, sir, you may not. 3rd and 10 now for Minnesota. 3 receivers set. Reno rolls out to his left, has some time, will float it out. Oh, and just overthrew his target, incomplete. So to bring up 4th down, they might try to go for it here.
I think they're going to punt it.
Oh, they do have Melillo out there, so I think they will go for the punt. Yeah. Unfortunate.
So, Minnesota unable to capitalize on this great field position after that penalty.
Yeah, unfortunate break there as they had a great spot, just couldn't do anything with it. 3 straight incompletions as the punt will be bouncing right at the 3 through the end zone. And that will be a touchback back to the 20-yard line. We've made it to 2025, and that means the 25 SFL convention's right around the corner. It's headed to Baltimore, kicking off the league's 25th anniversary season, July 10th to 14th. Join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency, looking out into Baltimore's Inner Harbor. You can reserve your room now at the special group rate at simfl.net.
Got to be careful with the football here.
Yeah, don't want to give it up too quickly as the throw here is completed over to Terrazas. Good gain for to the 35 for 15 yards. I think they might just let that go to the half.
I would too, and if I'm the head coach for Mexico City, wow, that's a gutsy call right there. I would have just ran the ball and walked to the locker room with a 10-point lead, but hey, he has a championship ring. I don't.
That's true. I mean, if I was the coach, it'd be something like Major Leagues, like, nice throw, Sipe, don't ever effing do it again.
That's right.
As that reaches us to the end of the first half, and it is a 2-score lead for Mexico City. They lead the Minnesota Legends 17-7 as we head into the halftime break. Take a look at some first half stats, and we were talking about how the passing attack for Mexico City has kind of been really showing off here tonight. Minnesota's been trying to get something moving, but they just haven't been able to get off. You know, they had that first score for the opening drive, but they haven't been able to get off the schneid since.
Yeah, and one thing I noticed, both teams playing a lot of zone defense. It's week one. You're not quite sure what team's going to do. You're trying to, keep a aggressive but somewhat passive defense at the same time, keeping everything in front of you, kind of like what Axel alluded to. But Mexico City, I mean, they come out here, started off slow, but the offense really got going after those first couple of possessions, and they find themselves with a 10-point lead to start this third quarter.
Let's take a quick halftime break, brought to you by Brakes GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
An Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Brakes GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Brakes GPT offers you a shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Brakes GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, brakesgpt.com. Dumas there on the return, brings it out to the 29-yard line for Mexico City's opening drive. We do have an update on the injury to Jacob Morrison. He did suffer shoulder tendonitis. He will be out for the remainder of the game. So that's an unfortunate break for the Aztecs. But with a 10-point lead, it will just mean Reese will just have to do a little bit extra work.
It will, and it's next man up mentality.
That's exactly how it is. A little bit of a blitz there, but Bentley with the quick run up the middle gets to the 42-yard line and a first down. About a 13-yard gain on that one.
Watch Buford Van Dam with his block. Clears out the defender. Watch this. Bang!
Ooh.
Right there. Oh, my goodness.
That easily got Bentley another 5 to 7 yards on that one.
It did, and it got Buford Van Dam a helmet sticker.
That brings it to the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 for Mexico City. Sipe to throw. Little quick pass down the middle. Caught by Adobe. He'll be tackled just short of the midfield stripe.
Safe throw as there was no one open downfield. Minnesota did a great job of taking away all the deep threats and forced Jordan Sipe to be patient and check that football down.
Yeah, just had to be able to look and just find something, anything to get some positive yardage, and managed to pull it off. 2nd and 3, bit of a heavy set here. Hand off to Van Dam, and they're going to give him maybe a yard. As Angela Meerkat was on the stop there. Just a little bit of a battle there on the line with the fullback dive.
I don't know if Buford looked at his coaches and gave him a mean mug or what, but he's getting a lot of carries here in this first game of the season.
Yeah, he's already up to 4 carries for 10 yards. He's averaging about 2.5 a carry right now. That's not so bad. Henry, the man in motion here to the left for 3rd and 1. Looks like he's being pursued by Johnny Bravo. Hand off up the middle, and that is Reese doing some work. Oh, excuse me, that's Askew. Number 35, one of the secondary players for Mexico City. B.J. Askew, the secondary fullback, getting the first down.
Taking advantage of playing time he otherwise would not have without the injury, trying to make a name for himself and perhaps get signed to the team on a long-term extension.
Yeah, that's actually Askew's 2nd first down conversion as well, as Bentley will run it out to the outside for another 3 yards.
Minnesota did a great job of containing that run game in the first half, but here in the third quarter, starting to get a little bit of momentum going for Mexico City.
I mean, they wouldn't really have to do much momentum. They'd love to get some points, but I mean, the worst enemy right now is the clock, and Minnesota maybe, snapping a few scores to get back into this game. Sipe to throw. A little bit of a sidearm throw, and it's dropped. Johnny Bravo had the ball in his hands, it just fell out of it like it was a greased pig on wheels.
He never even took a back pedal. He sat there and read the quarterback's eyes the entire time and did everything but catch the ball. That would have been a momentum changer for sure for Minnesota.
You know those electric shock balls that you have to shake and it zaps you?
Yeah.
That's what happened. He caught that ball and felt like it got zapped. It's like, nah! And it doesn't want it. The throw here from Sipe is incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down for Mexico City.
Yeah, despite the missed opportunity, Minnesota does get their defense off the field. Now Mexico City's punter's job is to try to pin them deep.
Yeah, they will go ahead for the punt. So we'll see K.L. Barrett Jr. come out to kick this away. Actually, the first time we've seen Mexico City punt tonight. Barrett with the kick, trying to go for a coffin kick to the left side. It'll be fair called at the 16-yard line. Good little call there for the fair catch by E.J. Minson. And that will set up Minnesota just inside their red zone.
You can't do it any better than that. Got great hang time, punted it toward the corner, and with the hang time he got, allowed his defense to get down there just in case.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the only way you could do it better is if you kicked it about another 45, 46 feet. That'd be about the best you could do. Reno to throw on 1st down. Going for the big play, and it's broken up by Daggs. Incomplete. Minson the intended target.
I tell you what, despite Minnesota's lack of production here offensively, their offensive line is doing a great job containing this Mexico City front four, to include Dan Tritz.
Yeah, there's only been 1 tackle for loss so far tonight, and that was from John Osiris on a run, but there's been no sacks so far. Careful, I said that. 2nd and 10 from the 16. Reno looks to throw. Here comes the pressure. They get it away. One-handed grab by Taylor. Gets to the 29-yard line. 13 and the 1st.
Watch Jay Taylor. He's going to reel his ball in. He knows he's going to get hit. Extends his body, knowing he's going to take that punishment. But as the coaches always say, if you're going to get hit, you may as well catch it.
Yeah, you might as well just go all out and reel it in. And that puts Reno above 100 yards tonight. Both quarterbacks already over a century mark. You like to see it, and hopefully Reno can catch up to Sipe's numbers here as they're going to go for the run. As that goes nowhere on that play. Fowler there to wrap up Colin Hart, who has been doing most of the bulk work of the offensive production. 43 of the 48 yards on the ground for Minnesota have gone through number 23.
Yeah, man, Mexico City saw that run game with the delay in the first half. They made their adjustments since that time.
2nd and 10 for 3 receivers. Quick step for Reno. Bobbled away, incomplete on the hands of Osiris, but couldn't wrap it up. He'll let it fall to the turf.
The ball looked like it was lobbed over there in slow motion, and yet Osiris found a way to drop it.
I think it might have just been a little bit of a mishandle there. You kind of know when you try to get the football on the edge, you kind of just maybe slips it out there a little bit. And I think that's probably what happened there. 3rd and 10. 3 receivers set. Minson going in motion to the right side. They've got an offset eye. Looks like a bit of an outside nickel on the defense. In the rush 4. Reno looks to throw. Going for the ball up the middle. Overthrows his target. Incomplete. Deezer Powell and Minson were both in the vicinity, but nothing doing on that play, and they'll force Melillo to punt.
You know I just commented on this a moment ago, but that time, Dan Tritz, he did not get double teamed. It was one-on-one, and he still is not able to get in the backfield. Shout out to that Minnesota offensive line.
Yeah, great job by the line to keep Reno on his feet as the punt is away to the 40. Oh, and what a hit on that play by Quig Mom. I'd have to put him in the secondary at some point. Great hit as Mexico City takes it to the 40.
Yeah, you got to know when to call for a fair catch sometimes. I know you're trying to make a play, but not at the cost of your career.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen. But it'll be Mexico City football on the 40-yard line. Here with 6:17 to go, they lead it by 10. 4 receivers set in 2 and 2. Sipe will put a man in motion. Jared Dumas will go to the left side. Might be seeing 5 on the line for the rush. A little bit of a slow rush as they run it up the middle for Bentley. We get about 7 on that play. They tried to seal up that A gap, but I think Bentley just got there a little too quick.
He did, and they did a great job also of containing Max Knight and pinning him inside.
So now 2nd down and 3 after the 7-yard gain. 3 tight ends set. They're going to hand it off to Van Dam, who's wrapped up and brought down by Stephen Black alongside Matthew Alvarado for no gain. So now 3rd and 3.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what kind of stunt that was, but they're getting about tired of those runs with the A gap.
It's been a lot of what I like to call jabs up the middle on those run plays.
Watch for the toss.
See if they go for the hook. They will do that. Bentley runs out to the right side, gets the 1st down. Just enough for 4 yards in the moving the chains.
Greg Farrell did a great job as a pulling guard, getting out there and keeping that drive going, because otherwise that would have been a tackle for loss.
Absolutely right there. So now just inside Minnesota territory, 1st and 10. Seipel running out for Reese. And a good run here for a gain of 6 as Meerkat's on the stop. So Reese is doing a good job filling in for Morrison.
He is.
Keeping that ball moving.
And Mexico City is also doing a good job of draining this clock out here in the 3rd quarter as well.
Yeah, we're already halfway through the 3rd. That's the big thing they got to do. They got to drain the clock as much as they can and really pressure Minnesota into getting more aggressive. Henry in motion to the left side for 2nd and 4. And they're going to run it up the middle for Van Dam, who gets another 2 yards. They're going to give him the 1st down.
Yeah, he's short.
Yeah, I might see another challenge flag here. Are they going to give it to him?
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, they're going to give it. So it'll be 1st down on the Van Dam run.
Meanwhile, Mexico City is running 20 more plays in Minnesota.
Yeah, they've been very good on matriculating the field. As here's Bentley with some blocks. Evades a tackler on the dip and gets down inside the 10 for 1st and goal.
Watch this replay. There is no one. Look at the great job blocking by this offensive line. We don't get to see it here.
Terrazas.
But
and
wow.
He just ducked under, and Derek Meerkat just kind of wrapped into nothingness.
Ethan, I'm not kidding. A car could have drove through there.
What a run from Bentley as they are now 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. 3 receivers set. They hand it off. Reese on the right side will get about a yard. Tackled on the play for Alvarado, who's over 10 tackles on the night.
Ball player, and you can see that Reese does not have the foot speed that Jacob Morrison and company has.
Yeah, definitely a little bit on the slower side, but still making some production, making some positive movements. Pitch out here for Bentley. Tried to cut back in, gets to the 5. So that'll be 3rd down and goal.
You see
5 yards to go.
The gold emblem on the side of that helmet, is that because he's a Hall of Famer?
It is, and you might see that also on Jeffrey Daggs and Max Jackson as well when they're in the backfield. But yeah, they have gold helmets to signify their Hall of Fame status.
Nice.
Sipe will throw it. Oh, and it's missed. Incomplete. Henry, the intended receiver. So bring 4th and goal to go. We'll see Blackwater kick the field goal here.
And that's what you want to see these DBs do. They did not allow him with a clean release, made him fight through traffic, and there was just no time to get there. That was a timing route, and he was broken up beautifully by that Minnesota secondary.
21-yard attempt here for Chaz Blackwater from the right hash. Up and on its way, and it is good. A little bit of a leftward movement there. That was a little scary, but yeah, so that'll bring it to 20-7 with 2:53 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And yeah, you see kind of veering a little more to the left than he'd like.
And against that vaunted Minnesota defense last season, they were dominant all season. But so far today, Jordan Stipe is completing 80% of his passes.
80% completion rate. He's got a QBR of just under 120. And Minnesota's going to bring this one out. Minson going to run it past the 20, get some profit, and up to the 29-yard line. Good return on the play. Sweet get into Minnesota's next drive as we see some stats from Reno tonight. Started 7 of 9, but ever since then, it's 1 for 8. He has been struggling ever since that first few set of plays.
He has, and you know, I'm kind of surprised because Mexico City is kind of playing with this I wouldn't say a prevent defense, but they're doing a great job of keeping everything in front of them. But yet and still, Minnesota's having a hard time finding those holes.
1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Minnesota will go for the draw. And looks like Hart will get about a yard or so, but we do have an injury on the play. Oh, and it's another Aztec down. It's Mo Lewis, number 57 for Mexico City. He's one of the secondary linebackers.
Big Mo down on the field. Hopefully he is okay. A big part of that special teams unit for Mexico City.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate break. That's now 1 injury on each side of the ball for Mexico City. They are earning their lead tonight, but they are doing it at a cost.
Yeah.
So now 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard gain from Hart. 3 receivers set, nickel defense. Quick pass for Reno. Gets it completed over to Menson, who gets his first reception of the day after 5 targets, and it's a 1st down.
And right there, Johnny Reno taking advantage. They line up in a double set, and so you got that secondary, the slot corner. Sometimes he lines up on a tight end side. Sometimes he lines up on a 2 wide receiver side. This time he lines up on a tight end side, which leaves that gap in the zone. Easy completion, easy read for Johnny Reno.
Gets a 14-yard pass over to Minson for his first catch of the day. I'm sure he's feeling a little relieved, getting a little redemption there. Hart to run it on the outside. We'll get another 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Jeffrey Daggs isn't the biggest safety in the SFL, but he has no problem playing close to the line of scrimmage. I remember when we played him last season, he and Max Jackson both were within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage on just about every play.
They're just about 2nd and 7 as they close in on midfield. Under 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Minnesota trailing by 13. Reno's going to hand it off, and it's Knox who's going to get another yard. Nothing doing there as Osiris was there on the stop. So now 3rd down and 6.
That time they line up in that double set again, and Mexico City audible. They moved their receiver over to the receiver side.
3rd and 6. Need to get to the 44 of of Mexico City. Reno, pump fakes, gonna run it himself and gets wrapped up on the 50-yard line. Only gets about a yard to gain. Tried to go for the pump fake and get some room, but Mexico City was right there to seal it up. And now force them to punt.
No one open downfield. Don't want to force it. I like the decision to run, but unfortunately he was just unable to pick up that 1st down.
That'll force the punt for Melillo. He'll kick this away. Punt going down the right side. Fair catch called. And it'll be taken by Dumas at the 24-yard line. Hey, how many likes do we have on this video so far?
Not enough.
You know it. It's not enough. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Make sure you got notifications on so you won't miss a minute of SFL and SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. That is going to be coming up in a couple of weeks. SFLM Season 10, new teams, almost a new league-ish. Looking forward to seeing the minor leaguers compete. As Sipe got hit as he threw, and that's going to be considered an incompletion.
Yeah, he had his tight end over there wide open in the flat, but unfortunately time ran out, and he got hit as he threw.
Yeah, it looks like that was Bravo on a little bit of coverage there to put the pressure on Jordan Sipe. To bring up 2nd down and 10. Nickel package here for Minnesota versus 3 receivers. Sipe will hand it off. Bentley trying to push a little bit of the pile. Only going to get about a yard as Max Knight is there on the tackle. Now 3rd down and 9.
Not only was he there on the tackle, he's the one who got the initial push to stop that run game from being so effective on that carry.
We're entering the closing final seconds here, the 3rd quarter. Minnesota would love a stop here. Sipe to throw. And he's hit! Stays on his feet. He's a statue! Moving the ball down himself and gets to the 32-yard line. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain, but man, what chutzpah there by Jordan Sipe to do it himself.
You know, I love the effort, and he's acting like a running back out, but the head coach is probably screaming, brother, we got a 13-point lead. Just slide, man.
And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. Put your fours up in the chat, folks. 1 quarter of football left in this season opener. Mexico City leads it 20-7. You're watching the SFL on VFN.
Look at the total yardage disparity between these two teams here tonight. I was not expecting this.
Yeah, Minnesota's running game has been effectively shut down tonight as the punt is away from Barrett. Fair catch will be called at the 33-yard line of Minnesota. So Minnesota gets the ball back, and they'll have a drive to officially start the fourth quarter. Down by 13 points. They gotta get in the end zone at least sometime in the next couple of minutes.
I would think so. Got to break this ice at some point. I'm going to be seeing this look tonight. 2 tight ends on the field. Tight triple.
Yeah, put one tight end in motion. Yeah, EJ was in that second spot. He's in motion. Reno to throw. Checks it down. Completes it over to Hart. Trying to run outside. Oh, and just barely maybe got a little bit of a gain. But John Osiris holding on to him for dear life.
That was a great job from Osiris fighting through traffic. He had 3 eligible receivers out there in front of Colin, and he was able to fight through that traffic, locate his target, and hit him.
2nd and 10 with the clock now running. Minnesota's going to have to really start getting aggressive here. France in motion over to the left side, sets up 3 receivers. Standard 4-3 here for the Aztecs. Reno rolls left, has some time, rolls back to the right, it's intercepted! Picked off by John Fowler. Room down the left side and down to the 31-yard line of Minnesota. That's the 2nd turnover of the game for the legend, and that might spell doom for any potential comeback.
You know, we were calling John Fowler's name on just about every play early on in this first half. He's gone quiet since then. He's only has 8 tackles when he started out with like 6 in the first quarter. But here he is coming up when they need him most, making an interception to get the ball back to the offense here on the 31-yard line.
And a great opportunity for Mexico City to slam the door on Minnesota here in the early going of the fourth. Terrazas going to go in motion to the right side. They'll have a 3-receiver set. Sipe faces the blitz, gets it away just in time, deflected and incomplete. Wow. Off of number 28, Nicholas Frossel. I think that was just enough of a ricochet. He wasn't able to get under that in a time.
Yeah, Frossel, I'll tell you what, he was like a heat-seeking missile out there. Almost killed the receiver.
Just about. That'll set up 2nd down and 10. A great stop here for Minnesota would be a perfect opportunity. 3 receivers set versus the nickel. Pitch out for Bentley. Running to the right. Bulldozes down David Leathers. But a tackle from Stephon Forge saves any more forward progress. It'll be 3rd and 7 coming up.
Shout out to Stephon Forge coming here from Denver last season. Him along with his wife, offensive lineman Carly Forge. Big pickup both on and off the field for Minnesota.
Absolutely. Always you want to have a good tandem with anybody. Sipe to throw, faces the blitz, gonna run, has itself for the 1st down, gets hit at the 20-yard line, gets enough for the 1st down. So Jordan Sipe is already over double-digit yards today.
Yeah, neither one of these quarterbacks here tonight believe in sliding, and I'm sure both coaches are on the sidelines just shaking their heads and looking for some kind of Advil or aspirin or something because they're gonna give him a heart attack here soon.
I think he knew he was just past the 1st down. Might have tried to go for the slide, but got hit just before he could. Bentley going to go for a couple hurdles. Runs down the right side. Needs to evade 1 tackler, but Jubilee Marsh wraps him up and throws him out of bounds. It's 1st and goal inside the 5.
Ray Bailey looking like a track star. Watch this replay. He jumps over, I believe, 2 defenders. Yeah, right there. Oh, my goodness. Only thing he needed was a stiff arm to get in the end zone, but he was unable to secure it.
He was going for that stiff, but I think Marsh was just a little bit behind him, so he couldn't really go for a full bore stiff arm there. But there you go, Bentley closing in on 100 yards rushing tonight. And they might seal the deal here for a potential 20-point lead. Handoff for Reese, who dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Mexico City. Jonathan Reese, the secondary running back, proving next man up potential and giving his team a 3-score lead.
You never want to get playing time due to an injury, but when it does happen, you got to take advantage of it and find a way to get the attention of your coaches to get you more playing time. And should he continue to play like this, given the opportunity, he's going to get just that.
Great run on that play, using his opportunity to just get himself into the end zone. It's a 5-play, 31-yard drive resulting in a touchdown as the extra point for Blackwater up and good. That'll make it 27-7 with 7:53 left to go in the fourth quarter. And yeah, you can see Minnesota definitely distraught as they have sacrificed some points off the turnover. They're going to have to really get aggressive here on this next drive.
Mexico City with almost 100 yards more of total offense here in the second half.
Yeah, Mexico City's been really able to shut down the defense, shut down the Minnesota offense here today in this second half, as Queek Mom returning it up the middle, up to the 23-yard line.
Shout out to Ron Haynes, the stat king, along with his sidekick, Ray Colson, for doing stats tonight.
Yeah, they've been doing a fantastic job here for this opening game, and the stats team overall in the SFL do a fantastic job, just keep giving us all the numbers, giving us all the information, and trust me, I've tried to keep track of all the numbers. It ain't that easy. As Colin Hart takes the check down, he'll get about 5 on that play. Liam Ryan there on the stop.
I'll tell you what, Mexico City has done a great job tonight containing Colin Hart when he gets out there in the open field. He picked up 5 that time, but I think that's been his most productive opportunity all day.
Yeah, Hart's got 48 on the ground and about 7 through the air. Reno looking to pass. Going to go for the short pass, and it's off the hands of Osiris again and incomplete.
I mean, Mexico City, their defense tonight, I mean, they looking like they didn't have much time off. They just won the championship, like it seems like 3 weeks ago, and they have not missed a beat.
It does only feel like yesterday they just won the championship, but now it's just like, yeah, here we go. We're going right back at it. Reno for the pass, completes it over to Jay Taylor up to the 41-yard line and a first down.
That time Osiris looked like he misjudged the speed of the ball because like he had a beat on the play, but just made the wrong read. Maybe he thought the ball was going to E.J. Menton over there on the left side, but unfortunately for him, he just made the wrong read, and that's a completion for Minnesota.
It keeps the ball in their possession. They desperately need it. Now down by 20 points. They got to start getting more aggressive here and getting on the board. Fakes the handoff. Going to go for the throw. Taylor, the intended receiver, and it's broken up, incomplete.
I thought
so that was Saron Yates, the fourth there, doing a little bit of coverage on that play.
You know what? I meant to talk about him earlier. I mean, talk about getting a class act guy over from the world champion Baltimore Vultures, and now he joins an already veteran locker room.
Absolutely. Oh, and Reno got it away just in time as Dan Tritz was bringing the pressure, and it throws up incomplete.
Third down and long, a situation you do not want to be in because these defensive linemen are about to peel their ears back and just head to the quarterback. But shout out to Minnesota's offensive line. They have not allowed that to happen thus far today.
3rd and 10 for Reno. He's got 3 receivers. Got to get to the first here. Has time. Looks to throw. Deep ball. Up in the air and incomplete. One-handed grab attempted, but just a little too high for the receiver to get.
And again, Ethan, this offensive line, I know they only got 7 points on the scoreboard, but you cannot blame this offensive line. They have played absolutely fantastic tonight protecting their quarterback.
Oh, yeah, the line has been doing an amazing job. No sacks recorded so far tonight by Mexico City, but a couple of sacks recorded by the Minnesota defense, and they're going to be setting up shop just on the Mexico City 21-yard line. Season 24 kickoff week will continue tomorrow, headlined by an East Division showdown between Florida and Atlanta at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, plus Chicago, Houston, Baltimore, Lexington, and Fort Worth, Los Angeles. It's another doubleheader SFL Saturday right here on the Virtual Football Network. First down for Mexico City, 6.5 minutes to go here in the fourth. They just got to start draining the clock and forcing Minnesota to get a little more pass happy. Look out! A quick sack on the play by Mark Mello. That's his second one of the night.
His second of the night, and I'm not sure if we're doing team incentives, but wow, I mean, he would have hit the mark in his second one, and he tried to take his head off. Forgive me, my goodness, he came in there with a full load of speed behind him.
Yeah, like there was nothing that the lineman could do there. He just went around and had nothing. Here he comes again. Sipe gonna step back a little further, goes for the throw. Gets it over to Terrazas down to the 49-yard line. A big gain on after the sack.
And I know the people watching on TV are asking, how do you allow him to get that wide open? Well, this time, Mexico City's offensive line, it's their turn to show and prove. And it's hard to defend anyone beyond 3 seconds, especially that far downfield. Just too much grass to work with. And if your defensive line isn't going to get to the quarterback and put any kind of pressure on them, you're going to get those kind of results.
Yeah, and you saw Mello. Here he comes again as he brought another bit of pressure. But the catch is made by Terrazas, and they're going to give him 10 and change for the first down.
Continue to move the chains and milk this clock and keeping Johnny Reno right where they want him, on the sidelines.
Yeah, but they are really needing to keep an eye on Mark Mello. He's finding the seams, but we have a challenge here on the play. They're going to challenge the spot of the ball. Yeah. Axel Raven saying he didn't get the first down, so we're going to take another retroactive look at this play. Brought to you by Retroid. Get your console and play SFL on the go at GoRetroid.com.
I didn't think he got it either, to be honest with you.
Let's see. There's the catch. Remember, the yellow line is not official.
Let's see.
And this is the spot of the ball. Oh, I think this might stand.
I think it might too. At first glance, I didn't think that was a first down. Oh, they overturned it.
Oh, they will change the spot of the ball.
Yeah. I didn't think there was enough on that replay.
Will be a second down and short to go.
Yeah. I didn't think there was enough on that replay, but what do I know?
Yeah, what do I know either? But it's going to be second down, and it has to be a postage stamp to go.
About that.
Oh, not even that. It's second down and a microscope slide. Look at that line difference. That is second and a micron to go.
It's the ball that's on the first down marker as we speak.
Bill Henry, the man in motion here to the right side. They're going to probably run it up the middle here. They will. Pitch out to Bentley. There's the first down, as they'll get another 2 yards to boot to move the chains officially.
I didn't see who that was. I thought it was a tight end, but he pretty much ran past every would-be tackler. Otherwise, may have even picked up more yards.
And that gives Bentley over 100 rushing yards on the day. The first big milestone this season here in the SFL. The first century run for a running back goes to Ray Bentley. Handoff up the middle for Reese. We'll get another 2 yards on that play. Mack there on the tackle. Excuse me, Black there on the tackle.
Stephen Black on the tackle. Free agent acquisition from Florida a few seasons ago.
As this clock is going to start winding down now with about 4 and change to go.
Can you imagine leaving the warm temperatures of Florida to go play up in the freezing cold of Minnesota?
If you think you can win a championship, and remember, Minnesota almost did.
They did.
Handoff for Bentley. We'll get another 3 as Clay is on the tackle for that play. 3rd and 5 coming up.
He traded in his drop-top Mercedes-Benz for an SUV with snow chains.
Look, I've been experiencing snow these last few weeks when living in Milwaukee. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. Once you get used to it, at least.
When you get my
down
age,
and 5.
Your bones hurt.
That's true. That's true. 3rd and 5, twin tight ends. They're going to run it up the middle for Van Dam, and it goes nowhere. Tackle again by Jason Clay. It'll be 4th down for Mexico City.
4th down, they're probably going to punt. To be honest with you, I like the call. I mean, If it's successful, you're going to get in field goal range. But otherwise, why risk a turnover at this point in the game? Up 20.
No, absolutely. You don't need to do anything incredibly silly here. Just punt the ball away. Try to pin Minnesota deep in their own territory. And that's exactly what they're going to do, as Barrett will punt this away. They're going to let this clock wind down a little bit, though.
Smart.
Here's the kick on its way to the right side. A little bit of a shank, but they'll let this be fair caught at the 18-yard line. Not much of a punt, if I'm being honest.
No, not at all. But he was trying to cough and kick it toward the sidelines, but he didn't want to kick it into the end zone. Got it inside the 20, but given the field position they had, he was expecting something better than that result.
What also might have been the case, he might have been punting into the wind as well, which might have also slowed that ball down considerably. Here's the pass for Reno on first down. On the right side, completes it to Jason France, who gets his first catch of the ball game.
First catch of the day for the big man.
And it's a first down up to the 37. They go no huddle here with 3 minutes. Quick step for Reno. One-handed grab over by Taylor as he evaded the defense. Now first down at the 49. They're going to try to keep moving down, keep going no huddle. Reno stepping back. Gonna throw right side, completes it over to France again, as now they're inside enemy territory at the 36.
Cover 3 defense, and they threw it right into the teeth of it and completed that pass.
Quick bravery there for Reno as he checks it down, completes it over to France, and steps out of bounds. They'll get a 2-yard gain, stops the clock with 2:37 to go.
Moments like these are when the stats team earn their money during this hurry-up offense. And believe it or not, Mike Daggs is doing stats for both offense and defense later this weekend. Good luck with that.
Oh, that will be a lot of fun to keep an eye on that when you're going no huddle. Second down and 8 with 2:37 to go here in the fourth. And in motion over to the right side, Reno. Quick step, throws. Great catch! Through the run!
Oh.
Down to inside the 5. E.J. Minson with the reception. Gets 32 yards on the grab down to the 5. Reno, quick pass, right side. Oh, and it's blocked away, incomplete. Merrick Guitarra there on that stop.
I may be wrong, but I think that's the first time tonight we've seen Mexico City dial up a man defense.
That sounds about right. I think maybe it might have been a couple of times before, but that was definitely a man-on-man coverage. We might be seeing it again here. 2nd and goal to go. Got to get in the end zone to close the gap. Reno from the shotgun. Has time. Throws left and broken up again. Incomplete. Quigmon, the intended receiver. But Jeffrey Daggs is there to break it up. But Quigmon is hurt.
Yeah, I thought I saw go down. Unfortunate.
Oh, an unfortunate hit on the contact. So that'll mean Mom is off. Oh, he's limping. He is that is not good. They're going to have him checked out, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Unfortunate stop there. But you hear Estadio Matt Wilson starting to get loud, hoping to seal this game. 3rd down and goal. Reno from the shotgun. Going to put Taylor in motion over to the left side. They're going to have 2 and 2. There's the snap. Quick pass. Caught. Touchdown, Minnesota. E.J. Minson.
Quick catch and throw. And to be honest with you, I was surprised that Johnny was able to get that kind of mustard on him, because as soon as the ball hit his hands, he let it go. Did not allow the defense time to adjust to the route tree.
Yeah, it was like he knew exactly what he was going to do, where he was going to throw it. And it's just like, all right, snap, throw, done. That was it. Yeah. And it ends up going for a touchdown. 5 yards on the reception for E.J. Minson, as Melillo will kick the extra point up and through. Yeah, the crosswinds are definitely a factor here, as that extra point started to sail a little bit to the left.
This game is not over yet.
Not over yet. It's 27-14. They're going to go for the onside kick. Has to travel to the 40. And that is not even terrible. Close. That's an illegal touch. So they'll try to re-kick it.
And fortunately for Minnesota, unlike the no fun lead, they're going to get another crack at this.
Yeah, so they'll get a kickoff from the 25. They'll try it again. They've got to really start, let it get a good little bit of a high bounce and have a chance at it. See if it'll work this time. He'll go the 10. Oh, off the defender, but it's going to go running down the right side, and they've got nothing but daylight. Touchdown, Mexico City.
And guess who? The same man who did the exact same thing that canceled in a championship game, Jason Bartley, picks up the onside kick attempt and races into the end zone to extend his lead.
And it's thanks in part to the fact that he held on to it after bobbling the kick.
Yeah.
And then he grabbed onto it, and all the legend were right behind him. Here's the bobble. Bobbled it off his hands, but kept his eye on the ball, brought it in, and ran it in for the score, and that should all just about do it.
Just about do it. Gonna kick this extra point to establish a 20-point lead, and wow, I did not expect this output. But then again, it is week 1, and teams are just kind of figuring out what their opponent's gonna do.
That is true. They're just trying to see what patterns may emerge, what things they're kind of really wanting to do. It's a little bit of a throw of the dice really in week 1, because you never know what teams are dialing up. But then after that, you got film, you got information, you got more knowledge, and then you just got to keep moving and moving and moving from there and keep improving. Kick on its way here, and it's going to be dealt out at the goal line. And it looks like it is Quickmon back out onto the field, so they got him. Wow. Looks like he might have gotten a little bit of a cramp stretched out. So they'll get up to the 24-yard line.
You give him an A for effort despite being down 20. There's no give up in that young man.
And that's the thing. You don't want to try to give it up at any point. Even if you're down 20 points with 2 minutes to go, still go for it. Still try to get the points, because you never know what might happen. I know they say it up north. No lead is safe. Minson in motion over to the left side. 1st and 10 at the 24 of Minnesota. Reno on the quick step, checks it down, and gets it over to Minson, who runs outside and out of bounds for an 8-yard gain.
That was a nice play. I think
Yeah,
I've seen that play ever run before.
Yeah, more importantly, stops the clock with 2:04, so they'll get another play before the warning.
Yeah.
And if you look at the numbers for Reno and Sipe, 227 for Johnny Reno right now compared to 216 for Sipe, but it's been the QBR rating that's really been determinant of who's been the better quarterback. Reno right now currently at a 69.6 with those 2 interceptions, with Jordan Sipe at 116. Reno going for the pass. Oh, Hibsy tried to make the catch, incomplete. Jason France, the intended target. It's 3rd and 2, and they'll get one more play before the warning.
Jeffrey Daggs, Max Jackson, and Gerard Brody have done a great job jarring the ball loose from these would-be receivers tonight from Minnesota.
Last play before the 2-minute warning. 3rd down and 2 to go. Minson will go in motion to the right, sets up 3 receivers in that spot. Nickel defense for the Aztecs. Reno to throw. Up the middle, intercepted! Picked off by Liam Ryan as he returns right up the gut, back to the 32-yard line.
Liam Ryan finished the season last season with 7 interceptions, amongst the league leaders. Snub from the All-Star game, some would say in the streets of Talking Server today. A lot of talk about that. And he's out here to remind folks, hey, this game may be over, but my effort is not just stat padded. My career interceptions for the season.
2 minutes to go here at Estadio Matt Wilson, as Mexico City leads it by 20, 34-14. As we got 120 seconds left before Mexico City begins their title defense with a win. As Bentley will run out to the right side, stays on his feet, stays in bounds, and moves down inside the 20 to the 16-yard line. So there'll be a timeout called by Minnesota. 1st down for the Aztecs. They have a chance for a couple more points.
Mexico City up comfortably late here in this ball game. First game of the season, and we still have over 110 people watching this game right now. Great support. Shout out to you guys in SFL Nation.
Absolutely. Love everyone here in the SFL from the top to the bottom. Y'all are the best. 1st down from the 16. Hand off to Bentley. And we'll get a couple more yards. That'll be 3 on that play. And from what we've recorded, he's now got 130 yards of offense on the ground tonight.
Very impressive.
Absolutely. And that is going to give him right now, just a hair under 15, just a hair over 15,150 yards. He's still a bit away from Warren Murray. That's for all-time records, but both Murray and Bentley are still active, so those numbers are going to change pretty quickly. As the run here will go for another couple of yards. Final timeout being called by Minnesota. As third down coming up, as they convert this will be your ball game.
David Leathers letting out some frustration from this loss. Lowered his shoulder and tried to separate the ball away from Ray Bentley.
We'll say, though, Jordan Sipe now one passing touchdown away from tying Alexander West for 39th all-time, which is a coincidence, believe it or not. But because we have Alex West, who is the SFLM commissioner, yes. But there was another Alex West many moons ago who was quarterback, who ended up with 90 passing touchdowns. So he's
way back.
Sipe is starting to make his way up the all-time great leaderboard here. As it looks like fourth down coming up, they will go for the field goal. Make this a 23-point game.
There was some negative chatter about Jordan Sipe not being able to get the job done, some would say. And Mike Daggs, the coach for Mexico City, did not appreciate that. And when they won that championship game last season, he kind of winked to the other side of the field, out there in no man's land, looked at that individual in the eye, hoping he was watching and said, see, Jordan Sipe could get the job done, and you could have had a ring too, but you decided to go elsewhere.
Absolutely. As Blackwater kicks the extra point up and through, it's now 37-14 with under a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Mexico City, excuse me, Mexico City will go to 1-0 to start their season, and they will have themselves a bye week next week before they host Florida. And after that, they will go on a bit of a road trip to Houston and to Fort Worth, a little bit of a Texas trot for the returning champs as they take care of some divisional business. For Minnesota, they will go to 0-1. They will have their home opener next week versus Atlanta. Then week 3, they will be at Baltimore. Then they will host Chicago before they go on their bye for week 5. A little quick pass here is completed to Taylor, as they'll go into no huddle on that 5-yard gain. Got to give credit to Taylor, though. He's got over 80 yards receiving on the day, as they'll spike this ball for 39 seconds left.
39 seconds left in this first game of the season. I want to get a shout out while we can before this game ends to everyone in league staff, including Mike O'Neill. I gave him a hard time in Gen Chat, but they did a great job of getting all these rosters together and allowing us to play this great game.
Absolutely. Reno to throw this out for third down. One-handed tip, incomplete. Liam Ryan knocking that ball down. So fourth down coming up. Minnesota will go for it, and hopefully they'll get a little bit of positive yardage to, kind of stroke the ego a little bit. I will say, though, give some props to Matthew Alvarado. A dozen tackles on the night for him. He did a great job for Minnesota's defense. Unfortunately, they bent a little bit too much tonight.
He led the team in tackles last season as well. Off to a great start.
Reno from the shotgun. Pass deflected away, incomplete. It's a turnover on downs, and it's John Osiris with the knockaway. Mexico City can kneel their way down to victory.
John Osiris had a slow first half, but he's had an awesome second half. We've called his name a bunch of times.
Yeah, he's had himself a pretty good second half, and Fowler, of course, had himself a great day. 8 tackles, 1 interception. He kind of sandwiched the game, if you will. He had a great first quarter, had a great fourth quarter.
Speaking of name
to
calling,
the final kneel down here.
Ethan, you know whose name we did not call tonight?
Who have we not seen?
Despite the dominating performance that Mexico City's had defensively, we have not called Dan Tritz's name at all tonight. And he's probably their best player on defense. So if they can get this kind of production defensively without us calling his name, imagine what happens with that defense once they get him going.
Oh, absolutely. That's going to be something interesting to see in the next couple of weeks as we hit zeros on the clock as the champions begin their campaign of defense with a victory at home. They defeat Minnesota 37-14. Absolutely incredible performance by the defending champions. As we take a look at our final stats here, look at that, just under 400 yards of total offense for Mexico City. They just ran it all the way through from beginning to end.
They did, and a whole Johnny Reno to under 50% passing in the process with 3 interceptions. I did not anticipate that coming. But as we said earlier, it's week 1. Teams have no idea what their opponent are going to do. They're just out there hoping they make the right educated guesses. And unfortunately for Minnesota, they came up short. But Mexico City is a tough place to play. They are the defending champions. They had honorary, just got their rings tonight. The fans were jumping. They've been here since like 4 a.m. out there tailgating.
Oh, absolutely.
Tacos all over the place, throwing tacos out in the field. They had to get things cleaned up. Was the reason for the start of this the delay in this game, despite Mike Dax talking his ear off. But we got it done, y'all.
Absolutely. I got to give player of the game honors to Ray Bentley. 132 yards on 24 carries. Great job for him on the ground. That's going to do it for us here for this season opener for season 24. Mexico City with the win, 37-14. Former partner, Mr. Eddie Gage. For Rochelle Colson, Ron Haynes on stats. For our commissioner, producer, Kevin Irvine, I'm Ethan Muslin. More SFL action comes up tomorrow night, and you won't want to miss it. Starting at 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern tomorrow night.
Arizona, I love y'all, man. Yo, it's very unfortunate we are not playing this week. Absolutely sucks to be on a bye week 1, but it's all good. We're going to come back for on week 2. Y'all just stay locked and loaded. Be dialed in. It's going to be a great week. Get y'all progressions in on time. Whenever they open up that progression window, Cam, get on it. Do your job. But enough of all that. Thanks to the league for everything they do. Week 1 is off to a flying start. Can't wait to see what the rest of this weekend has in store. Good morning, good afternoon, and as Tyler says, good night.